thought Google was untouchable, think again. A new artificial intelligence model has just beaten a tech giant at its own game, and the entire industry is paying attention. Meet Claude 4, Anthropic's latest leap forward. It doesn't just answer questions. It reasons. It reflects. It challenges assumptions. And that changes everything. For years, the internet has trained us to type, click, and skim. Search results, blue links, page after page. But now, I can compress hours of reading into one coherent explanation tailored to you. That is the threat, not to information itself, but to how we access it and who controls that gateway. Claude's advantage comes from one simple idea. Teach an AI its values before you unleash its knowledge. Anthropic calls this constitutional AI. Instead of chasing every corner of the web, it follows a set of rules designed to keep it helpful, honest, and safe. The result is a system that can reason through complex prompts without spiraling into nonsense. It doesn't just predict the next word. It defends its reasoning, line by line. Why does that matter? Because the next wave of AI isn't about fancy demos. It's about trust. When you ask for legal-sounding advice, you need an explanation you can follow. When you ask for code, you need structure you can maintain. When you ask for strategy, you need assumptions you can inspect. A system that shows its reasoning clearly and consistently wins. And right now, Claude is making a case that it can do exactly that. Imagine what happens when people stop saying Google it and start saying ask the model. Advertising shifts, traffic shifts, power shifts. If the answer arrives instantly inside the assistant, what happens to the websites that depended on your click? What happens to the businesses built on the old path from search to sale? A new front door to the internet is forming, and it speaks in full paragraphs. But let's zoom in. What does smarter actually look like? It looks like following a complex, multi-step prompt without losing the thread. It looks like turning a messy idea into a precise plan, then testing that plan for weak points. It looks like transforming a wall of text into a structured brief, and then rewriting it for a CEO, a developer, and a first-time user, each with the right level of depth. It looks like holding a thought across long context windows, remembering what matters and discarding what doesn't. And it looks like restraint, the ability to say, I don't know, when the data is thin. The ability to warn you when a request crosses ethical lines. The ability to stay within boundaries while still being useful. That balance, capability with control, is the real frontier. This is bigger than one company's win or one model's benchmark. Small, focused teams are now outmaneuvering giants by iterating faster, training smarter, and aligning systems around values as well as performance. In the old world, scale alone decided the outcome. In the new world, alignment does. The question is not, who has the most data? It is who can direct intelligence toward reliable outcomes. Of course, there are risks. When answers become instantaneous, we risk skipping the slow work of understanding. When models become persuasive, we risk mistaking fluency for truth. When assistants become universal, we risk narrowing our sources without noticing. The solution isn't fear, it's verification. Ask for citations, ask for alternatives, ask for trade-offs. Make the model show its work. The systems that embrace that transparency will win trust. The ones that hide their logic will fade. So where does this go next? Expect assistants that handle multiple modalities at once. Text, images, code, audio, even video. Expect models that not only explain the past but simulate the future. Business scenarios, product roadmaps, launch plans, negotiation strategies. Expect tools that hook directly into your stack so they don't just tell you what to do. They do it under your supervision. And expect competition. Google will not sit still. Neither will OpenAI, nor Meta, nor 1,000 hungry startups. The race is not to build the loudest model. It is to build the most useful one.
The assistant that helps you win back time, make better decisions, and avoid expensive mistakes. That's the assistant you will keep. Here's the piece almost no one talks about. Incentives. Search engines were built to sell attention. Assistants will be built to sell outcomes. That subtle shift will ripple through everything. Contracts, pricing, analytics, even the way we think about work. Billable hours won't survive a world where high-quality drafts appear in seconds. Meetings without decisions won't survive a world where models arrive with options, pros, cons, and predicted results. The future of productivity is not longer ours. It is better leveraged. So yes, an AI just outsmarted a titan, but the real story isn't the leaderboard. The real story is the feeling